Built for Tough Studio. Boomer Esiason, Greg Giannotti. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network. And wherever you are in the free Odyssey app. Good Thursday morning. 24 hours straight of rain. But that seems to be coming to an end just about now before there's more rain, I guess, all next week. But that's okay because we are done with the snow. We're done with winter. It is over. I am declaring winter over, and all these weather people that said it's going to be the worst winter in the world, and look at the Farmer's Almanac, and we're going to get pounded with snow. Well, up yours, because we got 50 degrees here in March, and it is over. So your predictions stink. Our predictions, not so much. Our predictions are great. We always nail every single prediction correctly.
100%.
And that's why I'm throwing one out here this morning. You can feel it.
You're starting with a prediction?
Oh, I have a prediction.
Uh-oh.
My ear has been to the ground.
All right, can I guess? Can I guess what team?
Sure, go ahead.
Because I'm assuming it's a team.
It's a team.
It's a team.
It's a team, yeah.
Is it a New York team?
Well, of course it's a New York team. It's a New York
team.
sports talk.
Yeah, I know that, but we tend to talk about a lot of different things.
Yeah, and by the way, I can't start. I have like a weird thing. I can't start without saying good morning, Boomer. How are you? So I
Good
have
morning.
to do that.
Okay, good morning,
Okay,
G.
all right,
I'm
thank
doing
you.
well.
Oof,
Thank
all right,
you.
now
I'm
I
still
feel better.
fighting this little thing that I got.
Yeah. But you're okay.
Yeah, I'm here. You know, I'm playing hurt, but that's fine. All right, so here's, let me see. What team are you thinking about right now? Are you thinking about the Yankees?
I'm not thinking about the Yankees. No,
You
I
never
don't,
think about the Yankees.
Because I do, but a prediction for them is not really interesting unless I'm saying that they're going to win 60 games, which they're not capable of. I think they're going to be a good team. I think they're going to be right there. So my prediction for them isn't something interesting or different.
All right, I know it's not the Mets. I know it's not the Nets. I know it's not the Devils. It's the Islanders.
It's not the Islanders.
Not the Islanders.
No, it's not
Jesus,
the Islanders.
okay. It's not the Rangers.
No, and you and CeeLo, I'm sure, are going to break down that trade coming up in a little bit as you get your third line center. But no, it's not the Rangers.
All right, so that leaves either the Jets or the Giants.
That is correct. You have narrowed it down.
Because you're not going into soccer, I know that.
No, not going into soccer.
All right, I am going to say that you think the Jets are trading for Justin Jefferson.
No, that's not it. And they would have to pay him a massive amount of money. That is
So
not
what?
it. So this is what it is.
All right.
The names have changed.
Okay.
The years have gone by. But the Giants are going to do the same exact thing that they did when they drafted Daniel Jones.
Okay, they're going to draft JJ McCarthy.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
okay.
they're going to reach for JJ McCarthy. And we're going to be sitting saying they could, if they really wanted J.J. McCarthy, they could have traded back to get him, just like we talked about with Daniel Jones. And then J.J. McCarthy is going to be the quarterback for the Giants, and that's going to be the end of Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen. I'm telling you, it is all lining up. He is rocketing up the draft boards. He is the giant quarterback that we've all seen. John Mara loves Eli Manning, Daniel Jones, J.J. McCarthy is that guy. Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen know they need to draft their guy. They're not going to get one of the top three guys. J.J. McCarthy will be there for them, and then some other team out there is going to convince them that they would take J.J. McCarthy, just like the Dave Gettleman scary stuff. If you trade back, we're going to go up and get him.
Right.
And Dave Gettleman reached for Daniel Jones. It's going to happen again. Where was it? Nashville. It happened in Nashville with Daniel Jones, and you're just changing the location, and it's going to be in Detroit. And I know for a fact that the New York Giants love this kid. They love him. And if they love him, that means that they don't care where they select him. And they can sit there and not trade back and draft J.J. McCarthy. Here we go again.
Okay.
Round and round on the hamster wheel of turds.
Okay. So first and foremost, I would just say J.J. McCarthy does not belong on the hamster wheel of turds. Neither does Daniel Jones.
What?
They're both very – listen.
Hamster wheel of turds. Daniel Jones is he's the one who built the hamster wheel
The
of
hamster
turds.
wheel of turds are guys that don't show up with their shoes the first day of practice, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Not guys that actually care and put everything they got into becoming the football player that they are. And J.J. McCarthy, the one thing I can tell you about him, I never met him. I've watched him a few times. He's not overly impressive, I would say, because he wasn't asked to do that much at Michigan. He threw, I think, like 1/3 of the passes in college that Bo Nix threw in college.
Yeah.
So I would just sit here and tell you, you know what he is? He's a winner. He's got winning DNA. That's what he has. And it goes all the way back to high school. Now, he played on some pretty damn good high school football teams. And you can see in the highlights that he can run a little bit. So that may be one of the reasons why, if you believe that this is going to happen, that maybe JJ McCarthy will fit in the Giant offense under Brian Daboll, because you need to run, because this offense under Josh Allen, and of course when they were successful with a healthy Daniel Jones, showed that was a big part of the game plan. So he can run. But the thing is whoever the Giants, I would imagine, draft is going to sit. He is not going to play, because Daniel Jones is going to be their quarterback to start the season, I believe.
Until he hurts his neck again or hurts his knee again.
All right, well, that's a part of it. That's a part of it.
The first couple weeks of the season, then all of a sudden there's no way that they can't put him in. And the Tommy DeVito stuff will have calmed down by then, and JJ McCarthy, who will be on this roster, will be the guy that gets thrown right in there because there's pressure. Because there's pressure.
All right, listen. Well, look, playing in Michigan, there's pressure. He beat Ohio State 3 years in a row.
I'm not saying that he can't handle the pressure. There's going to be pressure on the Giants to play him.
Well, eventually, he will get it. But I would just, again, we've been down this road 1,000 times. And not every kid is ready to take the ball and go out there and be C.J. Stroud or Dan Marino. And there is that thought process in the NFL. Go out there and play the guy like Peyton Manning and Troy Aikman did their rookie years, and they had horrendous rookie years. But they came back and had Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah.
So I would just say, yes, I understand. I see the stereotypical Giant quarterback. I see that. I see why you would say that.
Oh,
I see what I know you're reading.
John
I know you're doing your research.
Loves him. John Mara loves JJ McCarthy.
Man, if he were at Notre Dame,
oh boy,
forget it.
I mean, he loves this kid.
Oh, you think he loves this kid?
If he could have JJ McCarthy move into his home and make him like a de facto sort of Mara grandson,
boy. Yes,
he would. Everything about this guy, John Mara loves.
Well, I will say this.
The way he talks, the way he smells, the way he looks, the way he throws, the way he leads. I mean, this is like, I know that, and the other thing about it, too, that I think that they kind of, after Eli Manning and Daniel Jones, J.J. McCarthy, not as folksy, not as like, he's got a little bit of an edge to him.
Okay.
So he makes him even more appealing.
You like that.
Oh, John Mara loves it. John Mara's walking around that building. He's he's pinning up pictures of J.J. McCarthy all around the facility, like you did with
Patrick Mahomes.
No. Who was the Farrah Fawcett?
Farrah Fawcett, yeah,
like Farrah Fawcett
and Cheryl Ladd.
And Cheryl Ladd.
Yes.
That is J.J. McCarthy right now is John Mara's pinup girl.
Oh, really?
Oh, loves him.
That was my inspiration back in the day.
Farrah Fawcett
and Cheryl Ladd. Yes.
Yeah, you got to have that.
Yeah.
Nothing gets you going like that.
And you got to love it when you have a Southern Baptist as a head coach coming in going, son, what's this trash on the wall?
Trash?
And I'm like, Coach, that's not trash, man. That's inspiration.
Yeah. Well, he knows. He loved it, too. He just had to pretend that he didn't.
Right. I think he liked it.
Of
course.
Because
he spent more time in our room than anybody else's.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he was trying to figure out whether or not I was going to quit on him or not. But he didn't know me. I don't quit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
all right. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from with JJ McCarthy, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate the fact that his college head coach Jim Harbaugh gave him a huge vote of confidence, and also gave him what I would say was like the greatest compliment of all, that the guy is a winner, and when they get to meet this kid, that he is going to go up the draft board because he has the mental aspect of the game down. And that is a big thing for all these, combine goers and the scouts and the GMs and the coaches and the owners. They want to see these kids. They want to talk to these kids. They want to press the flesh with these kids. They want him to draw up plays. And, that session that he had with Brian Daboll, drawing up plays and all that other stuff, is probably one of the reasons why you feel the way you do right now.
Yeah. And here's another thing I think. I can almost guarantee this is happening.
Uh-oh.
Now that Bill Belichick is not a current head coach in the NFL,
right?
I bet you John Mara's using him for advice. I bet you John Mara, without telling Brian Daboll and Joe Shane, he's calling Bill Belichick saying, you got an evaluation on these kids? And he probably loves. Think about the two guys, the two quarterbacks who have been in Bill Belichick's life. One failed, one was the greatest of all time. But the two big ones that have started, Tom Brady, Michigan guy, leader.
Yeah.
Okay, JJ McCarthy.
Yep.
Michigan guy.
Michigan
leader.
man.
Michigan man.
Michigan. You got to say Michigan man.
Michigan man, sorry.
They like
Michigan
to be
man.
called Michigan man.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Right.
And then also, when they drafted Mac Jones, very similar type of guy to J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, but he was an Alabama guy.
I know, but I know.
This is a Michigan man.
But listen,
okay,
talking about playing for a big-time head coach in college, having a ton of success.
Yeah, how'd that work
as
out?
the quarterback, and it didn't work out. But the point is that Bill Belichick loved him enough to take him in the first round. So what he thought Mac Jones was going to be, he could also be thinking what J.J. McCarthy's going to be. And just like David Stearns was pulling the strings for the Mets with Steve Cohen when he wasn't even here and wasn't even – because everything that happened last year at the trade deadline, I guarantee you David Stearns was telling Steve Cohen to do because he knew he was going to be hired over here. And he was saying, to get rid of this guy, get rid of that guy. I like this prospect from the Rangers. Yeah, do that. All that was going on. That's what's happening here. Bill Belichick thinks that this could be his job if there's a bad year. And he wants,
oh my God,
the Giants to draft the guy he likes. So then when he comes in next year, he will have the quarterback that he would have drafted himself if he were the head coach. That's what's going on behind the scenes.
That is unbelievable.
That
is such a reach right now.
It's not a reach.
That's a reach.
John Mara loves Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's not tied to any team right now. He calls him up. What do you think about this guy? What do you think about that guy? Oh, okay. You like him? And then John Mara goes around to Joe Shane. Hey, what do you think about this guy? And then, because Bill, with his ulterior motives, because it's a shiv sport. It is a knife in the back.
It is, 100%.
It's like Bill Belichick wants to gut Brian Daboll like the moose at the Iditarod and spread his organs all around the facility over there. That's what he wants to do. Right?
I don't know about that, but I did hear about why they gut the moose at the Iditarod is because they use the moose for meat. And you got to eat the meat out of respect for the moose that you just gutted.
Right, can't go to waste.
No, you can't go to waste. Now, I will say that I do know where Bill Belichick will be May 16th through the 18th.
At some conference you're talking at?
No, I'm not talking at a conference, but it's our buddy Bob Wiley's coaching clinic.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Normandy.
Right, exactly. Our guy, yes.
Yeah.
He sent me this morning. He said the greatest football coaching clinic of all time, Bill Belichick. He's going to be a part of it.
Wow.
And it is the 2024, I don't know what the COOI, and it's serious.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now. I didn't open. I have no idea what it's going to say.
Where is it?
Offensive line experts. Look at this. You got to love this. You're an offensive line expert.
Yeah. Look at all these offensive line coaches. Where is this going to be taking place?
I'll see when we get to the end of the video and see what happens.
Okay.
But Bill Belichick's going to be droning on about offensive line play, I think.
Yeah, this is a long video, though, here. We got
I don't know
long
what
way to go.
Bob Wiley just gave me the day. And
yeah, it doesn't say where it is. Doesn't say, but Bill Belichick's going to be there along with Dante Scarnecchia.
All right, so Bob Wiley, if you're watching and listening, you got to tell me where it is. We know when it is, but we don't know where it is.
We got to get some offensive linemen over there.
Yeah, but the point being is that, obviously, if you're in the offensive lineman category in some way, shape, or form, as like you could be an assistant O-line coach, you could be a backup center, you could be a head football coach of a local football team, but you specialize in offensive line, they probably already know where it is. Because this is something that's been going on for years.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm not sure where it is, but all I know is that Bob Wiley said Bill Belichick's going to be there with Dante Scarnecchia talking offensive line techniques. I wonder if my man Jim McNally's going to be there.
Probably.
The mouse has got to be there.
Every single offensive line coach in the history of the world was in that video.
It's important because you got to talk about technique.
So Bill Belichick was at some cheerleading competition in D.C. He just showed up and started watching it,
that's weird.
Yeah, initially,
has he got any family members on that team?
Initially, they said they didn't know why he was there.
He's got to know somebody there. Why would he show up there?
I don't. That's what I said. But then I was reading the story. I was waiting to see that his niece is there.
Well,
or whatever.
There you go. Okay.
But I'm saying that's what I was looking for. It wasn't. Let's see. All right. So this was TMZ Sports. Bill Belichick attends cheerleading competition in D.C.
Okay.
TMZ Sports has learned the former Patriots head coach opted to forego the combine on Saturday in favor of attending the 2024 Coastal at the Capitol cheerleading event in National Harbor, Maryland. Witnesses tell us that the 71-year-old had a seat in the back row of the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center to catch at least one of the competing team's routines before he left. We're told Belichick declined to take pictures while there, although he was polite and cordial to fans throughout his time at the venue. It's unclear exactly why the future Hall of Famer was in the building. We've reached out to the coach for comment, but so far,
oh,
no
come
word
on.
back.
He's got to know somebody on the team.
Has to, right?
Yes. Now, these are co-ed teams, I'm assuming?
I don't know. It doesn't look
And
like
was
it.
Navy one of these?
Was Navy one of the teams?
I don't.
I mean, that's the big thing. He's got the big
Reginald
tie down
Hall
there.
article. Yeah.
All right, that's it, but they don't know why he was
I don't
there.
know why. Don't know why.
It's got to be family member, friend, something,
Has
or
to be,
maybe
yeah.
it's just Navy. Maybe he wants to support Navy cheerleading. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the type of guy he is. He's always there
Look,
for
if
you.
Bill Belichick is essentially into a dance team, then it's good that the Mets are getting into a dance team.
Yep, absolutely. And Bill Belichick's sniffing around, man. He is sniffing. Where's that next job going to be? He's pulling the strings behind this. Probably multiple organizations.
Oh, my God.
Guys who are on the hot seat. Pulling the strings that need quarterbacks.
The one thing I will say is that right now, the question for me will be the patience of one John Mara, because they ripped up the coaching staff, and part of the coaching staff that they ripped up seemed to be somewhat successful.
Yes.
And they have to start over again there in the third year of Brian Daboll. They're not sure about their quarterback situation. They lack big play wide receivers. They have a problem on the offensive line. They're probably going to lose Xavier McKinney. They're going to lose Saquon Barkley.
Second Parker, Xavier K. Daniel Jones.
Right, exactly. Big tongue.
Yep.
So, I mean, what do you have? Well, we don't have their over-unders yet, do we?
No, it's before the free agency and the draft, so you have no idea.
Right. You got to believe that Dallas and Philadelphia are still going to be good.
Yeah.
Now, is Dan Quinn going to make the Commanders, and are they going to be playing with a rookie quarterback? Most likely, yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Either Drake May or Jaden Daniels.
Probably. Yep. You would think. So you've got.
So that's another problem. If whoever they get as quarterback down there in Washington
could change everything.
That's going to be another problem,
Right.
because that will be assuming that kid ends up making it.
Which you can't assume anymore.
Right, because you just don't know.
You just have no idea.